Hello, Year 2. In class, we have been talking about Pete Cromer, who's a really wonderful Australian artist who uses collage to make his artwork. And we've been talking about the series that he's done of Australian animals. Now, when we first started talking about Pete Cromer, there were a few things we looked at. The first one we looked at was how he uses organic shapes to make his artworks interesting. They're not just drawings of animals that look realistic. He puts lots of different shapes together to make them more interesting. He uses collage, and remember, the thing that's really cool about how he collages is that he makes his own paper by painting it. And the other thing that we've been looking at is his texture. So he creates lots of texture with his paint to make the paper he uses more interesting as well. One thing we haven't spoken about yet is layers. Okay, so he also uses lots of layers on top of each other to make the artwork more interesting. He doesn't just stick one thing down and that's it. He puts lots of different shapes and textures and colors on top of each other. So if we have a look at our little kangaroo, for example, he's got lots of different shapes that are stuck on top of each other and lots of different colors that make it more interesting than just if it was one brown color, plain kangaroo. So this is one of the ways that he makes his things more interesting. We've had quite a big look at Pete Cromer's artworks in class. We've spent 2 weeks so far looking at them, and this will be our third. So what I'm going to ask for you today, is we are going to recreate a Pete Cromer artwork, but in a different material. So instead of collaging and painting today, what I want you to do is pick one of the Pete Cromer artworks that we've looked at. I'm going to put them at the end for you. And recreate it using drawing, okay? I'm going to show you some of my examples. I chose to use Texta today, but you can use whatever you've got at home. Please do it on a spare piece of paper, or pull a piece of paper out of one of your books, because next week we're going to do something interesting and add some layers. So I've done 2. You only need to do 1. I just got excited. So I've done my little koala, and it's not exactly like Pete Cromer's. I've made it my own as well. So it's got a little bit of Pete Cromer, a little bit Miss Emily, and that's what yours will be like as well. And then I also made my little kangaroo. So you can see I've tried really hard to use organic shapes. I've got lots of different lines and colors and textures in there. And I've tried to make it a little bit more interesting than just coloring it all one color. Like I said, at the end of this video, after I've said goodbye to you, I'm going to put a picture of some of Pete Cromer's artworks, and you can pause that in the video so that you can look at it to do your own drawing. Remember, I want you to save these artworks for next week because we're going to do something else with them. Make sure they're on a separate piece of paper. You can grab one out of your book if you don't have one. That's meant to go that way. And we're going to use these for something next week. All right. The artworks are going to come and I'm going to say goodbye to you. Good luck. Let me know how you go. Come visit me back in the Zoom if you need to or you have any questions. All right. Artworks coming now.